Hey guys, it's Holly, and today I'm going to be doing my Q&A part 2. I'm really excited because these are some really good questions, and I wanted to get this video up this past Saturday, and I'm really sorry I didn't, but with Memorial Day coming up, we had a lot of family plans, and then just a lot of homework that I had to do because I had an exam today for my college, so it's finally up. And then after this, I have a lot of other fun videos planned. This week I also want to do a Rabbitry tour, and then some other fun ones coming as well. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So this first question for today's video is, what is your normal price for selling bunnies? So when it comes to pets, my prices are pretty expensive, but it's not because I want to make money off of them. It's because I believe that the more expensive a pet is, the more care that the owner is going to take care of it. So my rabbits are about $80, and I've never gotten a bad owner. And then people who sell their rabbits for like $25 will find out that their bunnies are living in the backyard with like no food or water, just being abandoned. And I never want that to happen to mine, so I raise the prices. But I'm lucky enough to live in a place where rabbits are really popular, and so I can sell my bunnies for that much money, and not a lot of places can because the rabbits won't sell. And so I'm lucky to be in a spot where rabbits are really popular, but that also means that someone could just buy them on impulse because it's popular or it's trendy, and then not take as good of care of it. So that's why I want to raise my prices. What's the difference between showing a true dwarf Holland and a false dwarf Holland? So there's not really a huge difference. It's just one of them is bigger and longer than the other. And so when showing false dwarfs, you can really only show them for their junior stage, so up till 6 months. But then usually at about 6 months they'll get overweight, and so they'll get over 4 pounds. And it's not because they're fat, it's just because of the gene that they have. And then true dwarfs, usually you can show their whole lives, and they stay smaller, so they have smaller ears, smaller legs, smaller bodies, on average. Not always, but on average. And the bunnies are pretty sleepy right now because they just went to play outside. Hi, cute Heidi. Hello, cutie. So yeah, there's not a huge difference, except one of them you can't show their whole life with the false dwarfs. And then the false dwarfs are also just bigger, and they're longer. They have longer ears, longer body, so typically they're not going to do as well at a show as a true dwarf. And don't worry, they don't have any hay right now because I haven't given it to any of the bunnies yet today because I was busy this morning, but they will be getting some hay soon right after the video, so don't worry. Have you ever bred any other rabbits besides Hollands? Nope, I've only had Holland Lops. Have you ever fostered bunnies? Yes, so this mama here, Zuzu, was actually fostered to Butterfly's litter. Butterfly's right up there. She's grooming herself so you can't really see her. But she was fostered to Butterfly's litter because her mom ate her ear, for those of you that have been asking. And so she was fostered as a newborn. And it's pretty simple. If I ever have to do it again, I will do a video on it. But you just separate the baby that you want to foster and put it into the new nest box, and that's all I did. And then the new mom just took the baby like a champ and didn't see the baby as any different. So it's pretty simple, and the rabbits don't really care. They're pretty accepting of new offspring, and so it's pretty great because some moms are just really bad moms. Oh, look at how heavy Finn is sleeping. That's so cute. How do you wean your kids? It's pretty simple. You just take the babies out of mom's cage and put them in their own cage, and that's it. It's pretty easy. There's nothing else to it. If problems arise, then there's more that needs to go into it. But on average, I just put the babies in the new cage, and I make sure that they have plenty of hay and some oats with their pellets. And I'll try and do a video specific on that when I wean these babies in a couple of weeks. What do you look for in Hollands? So I am going to be doing a video specific to this as well, because I think a lot more goes into it than I could answer in a Q&A video. But just for a quick version, I look for round bodies, round short ears, big heads, thick bone, and the bone is their front legs, which you can see like right there. You can see it's really like heavy and thick. And I'm going to be keeping Finn for the time being, who I was showing you, because he has such good traits. And but it really depends. I mean, some does I'll keep does that are a little bit longer if I feel that they have other traits to carry on to offspring and stuff like that. So it definitely depends. And it also depends on whether or not I'm keeping the rabbit or buying the rabbit or something like that. They're so cute. I love it when they groom themselves. What is a fuzzy Holland and how do they come up in litters? Way back when the breed was originated, a breed of Angora was introduced, and Angoras are like really fuzzy breeds, and they were introduced because the Holland Lops didn't have the broken gene, which is a pattern that has white with like a color broken up on it, and so there were no broken patterns, and so to introduce the broken pattern, they bred an Angora to the Holland Lops. And so the Angora gene, the wool gene, has stayed around, and so has the broken gene. So to get that broken gene, we also had to get the wool gene, and so that's just how it happened. And then sometimes they pop up in litters if those two Holland Lops that you bred both carry the wool gene. How to evaluate true crown in Holland Lop. So, crown is a pretty simple one, I think, and I will demonstrate what I mean by crown. But like I said, I'm going to try and do a video on this and what I look for and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so here, the good points. Clementine has a very full crown, like it's really poofy, as you can see, and that's a really good thing. But it's too narrow this way, and so it causes her ears to wing up. But basically, you want there to be this poof right here, which is crown depth, and then, or it's crown height or something like that. You want there to be the poof, and then you want it to have width this way, which is side to side width, and that causes the ears to hang down. And then you also want it to have front to back width, which causes the ears to open up. So you can see here, her ear base is slightly narrow, which causes the ears to be kind of pointed at the tips and not as rounded. And then small, here, if she'll move, and then small right here. Like you can see, this opening is pretty small, and it's also bent. You can see here, like, it's not fully open as much as it could be. I hope I'm making sense to you guys, but I am going to explain it more in depth in another video this summer. But I hope that made a little bit of sense. What's your favorite variety in Hollands? This one's hard because I really like the otter varieties, like black otter and blue otter. And then I also really like chinchilla, and I always have. And then I also love chestnut, and I love orange and cream and blue tort. I love lots and lots of different colors. I also like blue. So yeah, I like lots and lots of different colors. What's your one tip for breeding rabbits? My biggest tip before breeding rabbits, or breeding rabbits in general, is to make sure you do your research. If something goes wrong and you don't know what to do, you might only have a split second to act before the doe is in danger or the situation becomes life or death. And in my experience, just making sure you know everything that you possibly can ahead of time is definitely the best way to go, so that you're prepared for anything that goes wrong, and so that you know for sure whether or not breeding rabbits is for you. Because I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all the questions that I have. I will be doing another Q&A in a few months, so if you have any questions that I didn't get to answer, be sure to leave them below. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!